Welcome to VNT. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. For much of the 20th and early 21st centuries, the United States stood as the undisputed leader of the global economy. Its influence shaped markets, set trends, and defined what progress looked like for the rest of the world. The American dream was not just a national aspiration, but a global benchmark inspiring countries everywhere to emulate its model of innovation, entrepreneurship, and prosperity. Wall Street was the pulse of global finance, and decisions made in New York reverberated across continents, affecting lives from Tokyo to London to Johannesburg. But today, on October 7, 2025, the world finds itself at a crossroads. The economic landscape has shifted dramatically, and a new reality is taking shape before our eyes. India, once seen as a developing nation striving to catch up, has now emerged as the fastest-growing major economy on the planet. The energy in Mumbai rivals that of any global metropolis, and the Indian stock exchange buzzes with the optimism of a nation on the rise. Urban skylines across India are transforming at a breathtaking pace, reflecting the country's newfound confidence and ambition. This isn't just a fleeting moment or a statistical anomaly. It represents a profound and lasting shift in the balance of global power. At international summits, world leaders now look to India, not just as a participant, but as a key player whose decisions and policies will shape the future of the global economy. The presence of Indian delegates at the G20 and other major forums signals a new era, where influence is shared and the old hierarchies are being redefined. In early 2026, India's GDP growth soared to an impressive 7.8%, while the United States, long accustomed to leading the pack, saw its growth slow to just 1.7%. Financial analysts and economists around the world are poring over charts and data, trying to understand the forces behind this dramatic reversal. News headlines capture the excitement and uncertainty, as experts debate what this means for the future of global markets and investment. The established order, which once seemed unshakable, is now in flux. The sense of permanence that surrounded American dominance has given way to a new era of unpredictability. As city skylines shift and financial districts adapt, the world is witnessing the crumbling of old certainties and the birth of a new global dynamic. India's rise is forcing nations everywhere to reconsider their alliances, trade agreements, and even their definitions of what it means to be a superpower. Diplomats and policymakers are re-evaluating strategies, forging new partnerships, and seeking ways to adapt to a world where influence is no longer concentrated in a single country or region. This new dawn marks the beginning of a truly multipolar world. Power and influence are now more widely distributed, with regions across Asia, Africa, and Latin America playing increasingly important roles. The United Nations and other global institutions are seeing a shift in dynamics, as diverse voices and perspectives gain prominence on the world stage. The economic map is being redrawn in real time. Old assumptions about who leads and who follows are being overturned, and new patterns of trade, investment, and cooperation are emerging. The world is witnessing a strategic game of chess, with nations repositioning themselves to take advantage of new opportunities and navigate fresh challenges. The shockwaves of this transformation are being felt everywhere. It's not just India's rapid ascent that's making headlines, but the sudden and dramatic change in the entire global economic landscape. Markets are volatile, experts are scrambling to adjust their forecasts, and newsrooms around the world are abuzz with urgent updates and analysis. The global conversation has shifted. No longer is the central question about America's role in the world, but rather, how the world will function without America at its unquestioned center. International experts gather to debate the implications, and the absence of American dominance is felt in every discussion about the future. This is a story that transcends borders. It is both inspiring and unsettling, as people everywhere grapple with the opportunities and uncertainties of a new and unpredictable era. News anchors from every continent report on the changes, and citizens in cities and villages alike watch closely, aware that the world they knew is rapidly evolving. The rise of India is not just about overtaking America in a single moment. It's a story of momentum, direction, and the relentless drive of a nation determined to shape its own destiny. As the sun rises over Indian cities, it illuminates a future filled with promise, challenge, and the possibility of a new global order. India's economic surge is not just a result of short-term trends or luck, it's built on a foundation of enduring strengths and strategic choices that have been years in the making. The country's transformation is being shaped by a unique blend of tradition and modernity, ambition and resilience. At the heart of this growth is immense domestic demand. With a population exceeding 1.4 billion, India boasts one of the world's largest consumer markets. This sheer scale creates a powerful engine for economic activity, as millions of people aspire to better lives, purchase new products and seek improved services every day. The services sector, spanning from world-class IT companies to a rapidly expanding healthcare industry, forms the backbone of India's economy. These industries not only generate millions of jobs, but also position India as a global leader in technology, business process outsourcing, and medical expertise. Strategic government reforms have played a pivotal role, simplifying regulations, encouraging entrepreneurship, and investing heavily in infrastructure. These reforms have made it easier to do business, attracted foreign investment, and set the stage for long-term growth. Capital expenditure has surged by 32.8%, funding the construction of new highways, modern ports, and extensive digital networks. These investments are connecting remote regions, boosting trade, and enabling the digital economy to flourish. Rapid adoption of cutting-edge technology and artificial intelligence is acting as a massive catalyst, transforming industries and making India a hub for innovation and digital solutions. A young, tech-savvy talent pool is driving this transformation. With a median age under 30, India's workforce is energetic, adaptable, and eager to embrace new opportunities, creating a dynamic ecosystem for startups and established companies alike. Together, these factors, rising demand, a robust services sector, forward-thinking reforms, technological innovation, and a vibrant young workforce, are powering India's remarkable journey toward becoming a global economic powerhouse. As India rises, its cities pulse with new energy and ambition, reflecting a nation eager to claim its place on the world stage. The streets of Mumbai and New Delhi are alive with innovation, commerce, and a youthful optimism that signals a new era for the country. Yet, across the globe, American policies have inadvertently created hurdles not just for India, but for the United States itself. Decisions made in Washington ripple outward, shaping the global economic landscape in ways that are both intended and unforeseen. Tariffs imposed on Indian goods and vital resources like oil have forced India to rethink its economic strategies. These trade barriers push Indian businesses to adapt, innovate, and seek new markets, while also challenging the traditional flow of commerce between the two nations. Such measures act as a brake on global commerce, slowing down shipments, increasing costs, and creating uncertainty for businesses worldwide. The ripple effects are felt in boardrooms and markets as companies struggle to navigate an unpredictable environment. Meanwhile, the U.S. economy feels the strain in other ways. Restrictions on skilled worker visas like the H-1B have made it harder for American tech companies to attract and retain top talent from India, a country known for its highly skilled engineers and innovators. Ironically, these very policies may be accelerating the global power shift they were meant to prevent. As economic centers shift and alliances evolve, the world watches as India and other nations step up to fill the gaps left by American retrenchment. In response, India is strengthening its domestic market, investing in manufacturing, agriculture, and technology, while also diversifying its trade relationships with new partners across Asia, Africa, and Europe. The United States, by restricting skilled immigration and closing doors to global talent, risks undermining its own tradition of innovation and leadership in science and technology. Ultimately, it's a tale of divergent paths, one nation building walls and turning inward, while the other discovers new strength by reaching out, adapting, and embracing the opportunities of a changing world. India's resilience lies in its strong internal economy. A massive domestic market creates a self-sustaining ecosystem. Government investment in infrastructure boosts long-term growth. A good monsoon season supports the agricultural sector, fueling rural demand. This combination of demand, investment, and agriculture forms a defense against external shocks. India's self-reliance keeps it on a growth track despite global turbulence. India's economic resilience is evident in its impressive GDP growth. The economy expanded by 7.8% in early 2026, outpacing the US. Inflation is under control, allowing for supportive monetary policy. The RBI's low repo rate stimulates investment and consumer spending. Robust foreign exchange reserves provide a buffer against global shocks. Despite challenges, India's financial health remains strong. A central bank dividend boosts government income, supporting stability. India's resilience is built on solid economic data, not just survival. India and the US face critical decisions in this new economic landscape. India must pursue bold reforms to sustain high growth. Lowering import tariffs could boost manufacturing competitiveness. Strengthening anti-monopoly policies fosters innovation and entrepreneurship. The US should reverse tariffs and visa restrictions to maintain growth. Openness to trade and talent is key to America's strength. Cooperation, not confrontation, is the path forward for both nations. Smart choices can lead to shared growth and stability. This economic shift marks a new chapter in the global story. India's growth is driven by innovation, youth, and a connected diaspora. Tech hubs and young entrepreneurs fuel future growth. A youthful population leverages technology to solve unique problems. The global Indian diaspora bridges investment and ideas. Businesses must adapt to a multipolar world, focusing on the Indian market. Diplomacy will require greater collaboration and recognition of new influences. The rise of India signals a more dynamic and interesting world for all.